This is me going into the second part of the angels, Shem angels, and the zodiacal degrees. Now we begin with Leo. Netahia, Netael rules at 121 to 125 degrees of Leo. The Hebrew psalm is 34:40, and the King James is 9:1, and the Vulgate is 9:2. Ha'ia or Ha'el rules 126 degrees to 130 degrees of Leo, and the Hebrew is 97:1. King James 119, 145, and the Vulgate is 118, 145. Then we go to Yeratel, ruling at 131 to 135 degrees of Leo. Hebrew 141. King James 141 and Vulgate 139:1. Now we have Shahahia, Shahahel, Sheahia, ruling at 136 to 140 degrees of Leo. Hebrew Psalm 35:24. King James 71:12. Vulgate 70:12. Now we enter into Reyel or Reyel at 141 degrees to 145 degrees of Leo. Hebrew Psalm is 9:11. King James 54:4. Vulgate 53:7. And then we come into the last of the Leos, Omael, ruling 146 degrees to 150 degrees of Leo. Hebrew 7:17. King James 71:5. Vulgate 75. Now we enter into Virgo. Lekavel or Lekabel, ruling 151 to 155 degrees of Virgo. Hebrew Psalm 31:14. King James 71:16. Vulgate 70:16. Vesheria, Vasharia, Vesherel rules 156 degrees to 160 degrees of Virgo. Hebrew Psalm 116:4. King James 33:4. Vulgate 32:4. Yeshuhia, Yeshuel, ruling 161 degrees to 165 degrees of Virgo. Hebrew Psalm 92:5. King James 94:11. Vulgate 93:11. Lehachia, Lehachel, ruling 166 degrees to 170 degrees of Virgo. Hebrew Psalm 98:4. King James 131:3 and Vulgate 133. And now we come to Kevakia, Kevekel, ruling 171 degrees to 175 degrees of Virgo. Hebrew 88:13. King James 116:1. Vulgate 114:1. Then we come to Menadel. ruling 176 degrees to 180 degrees of Virgo, and is the last of the Virgo Shems. Hebrew 26:8, King James 26:8, Vulgate 25:8. Now we come into Libra, Aniel, ruling 181 degrees to 185 degrees of Virgo. Hebrew 94:18, King James 83, Vulgate 79:4. Shamia Shamel rules 186 degrees to 190 degrees of Libra. Hebrew 91:9, King James 91:9, Vulgate 90:9. Rehoel rules 191 to 195 degrees of Libra. Hebrew 118:16, King James 30:10, Vulgate 29:11. Yeyazel rules 196 degrees to 200 degrees of Virgo. Hebrew 115:11, King James 88:14, Vulgate 87:15. Hahael ruling 201 to 205 degrees of Libra. Hebrew 122, King James 122, Vulgate 119:2. Now we come to Michael, ruling 206 to 210 degrees of Libra, and is the last of the Libras. Hebrew 121:7, King James 121:7, and Vulgate 127. Now we start at Scorpio. My beloved, Vevalia Vevalel, ruling 211 degrees to 215 degrees of Scorpio. Hebrew 121:8, King James 88:13, Vulgate 87:14. Then we have Yelahel, ruling 216 to 220 degrees of Scorpio. Hebrew 106:2, King James 119:108, and Vulgate 118:108. Then we have Sealel Salia, ruling 221 degrees to 225 degrees of Scorpio. Hebrew Psalm 33:22, King James 94:18, Vulgate 93:18. Ariel rules over 226 degrees to 230 degrees of Scorpio. Hebrew 38:21, King James 145:9, Vulgate 144:9. Eshalel Aushalia rules 231 to 235 degrees of Scorpio. Hebrew 102, King James 92:5. Vulgate 91:6. Then we go into Michael, ruling 236 degrees to 240 degrees of Scorpio. Hebrew 109:30. King James 98:2. Vulgate 97:2. And the last one in Scorpio, Vehuahel, ruling 241 degrees to 245 degrees. Hebrew 145:3. King James 145:3. Vulgate 144:3. See you soon with the next.